We need to talk about Does Bad Things Guy again. Now, you may be confused why we're talking about Does Bad Things Guy again, and I wouldn't blame you, because I also thought that Does Bad Things Guy wasn't ever returning. But, well, he did. Just a few days ago, at the time of writing, SML released SML movie The Secret Door 2, which, if you couldn't tell, is a sequel to SML movie The Secret Door. This should be obvious. He also appears in two other episodes that aren't really serious, but I think it's weird how he appeared so frequently before this episode. Anyways, to try and milk more views, to take a deep dive into this episode, I'm gonna summarize it and talk about the video from there. Sound good? Also, don't watch this if you haven't watched these SMO movies on screen. Unless if you don't care about the lore of puppet videos, then go ahead and watch this. Anyways, on to part 1. The video starts off with a character we haven't seen in a bit, Craig the Devil, doing some paperwork in hell. He then gets a call from his assistant about Jeffrey Dahmer, who wants to eat penis because, haha, cannibal and gay. Then we see Jeffy's mom and finally the man himself. Aw, shucks. Does Bad Things Guy tells Craig that hell doesn't work for him because it's all bad things, which he obviously loves. And he says that at least on Earth he got punished, meaning it'd be worse for him. Craig, being gullible and not seeing through Does Bad Things Guy, sends Does Bad Things Guy back to Earth. Okay, hold up. I can't keep saying Does Bad Things Guy full name every time. For the rest of the video, we'll call him Duzzy. Yep, Duzzy. Anyways, Duzzy gets sent back to Earth and wakes up in the place he was shot, the secret door. He looks around and wonders where all his bodies went and gets mad that all that was left in the secret door was some spirit Halloween decorations. He also shows disappointment that his bodies are gone. He then stops his lashing out because he doesn't know if people still live there. So Duzzy goes and checks, and then we see Marvin and Rose sitting on the classic red couch when Jeffy comes in with a toothpick in his eye. Classic Jeffy shenanigans. Duzzy, seeing this, realizes that yes, people still live here. He also finds out that Brooklyn Guy is coming over, so he plots. Jeffy does some more bull, and then Brooklyn Guy arrives. We also find out that he doesn't get paid? Weird. Anywho, Duzzy knocks out Does Bad Things Guy and takes his doctor uniform. Jeffy tries to take his balls out, and Marvin goes to answer the door. Marvin questions what happens to Brooklyn Guy's head, to which Duzzy makes up a lie about bonking it on his coffee table. Duzzy shows some suspicious signs, but Kaya comes in. He looks at Jeffy's toothpick eye situation and says that he needs to do surgery. Rose also questions his head, and Duzzy says that he hit it on a piano and then tries to justify it. Anyways, he takes Jeffy to the secret door to go do surgery. Jeffy's scared but goes in anyways, and gets knocked out and tied up. Duzzy then cuts off both of Jeffy's legs, which I'm surprised that they actually did because, well, it didn't seem like something they'd do. Rose goes to look for Jeffy after worrying that the surgery's taking too long and gets caught herself. Marvin then goes to look for Rose and he finds Duzzy outside the secret door, who lures him away from the door by suggesting they go look around the house together. Oh, yeah, I should mention, before this we see Braxton for the first time in a while, though all he says is no twice. Anyways, they go to the kitchen where we see Chef Pee Pee cooking, beef ravioli. While Marvin is turned away, Duzzy shucks out Chef Wienerhead and says that he just went to go look outside for Rose. Duzzy then tells Marvin to go look outside as well, to, get him out of the house. Duh. No clue why Duzzy doesn't just kidnap Marvin as well. Who really knows? Anyway, Duzzy walks Marvin out, and Marvin hears a Brooklyn Guy in his trunk, but can't call the cops because his phone is inside the house. With that, he is locked out of. Come on, guys, pay attention! So, in a desperate move, he goes to the Huckerdoo's house to get them to call the cops. But Hank Huckerdoo doesn't. So Marvin assaults him to get him to call the cops. Simmons shows up and tries to arrest Marvin before finding out that his partner is stuck in a trunk. Simmons has the spare key from Brookie's mom and lets him out. Duzzy sees this and plans something. He also gets naked because it's hot, but you'll see the real reason soon. Anyways, they lockpick the door with a credit card. Simmons gets shot and the two triplets fight each other. But they both look the same, so when Marvin picks up the gun, he doesn't know who to shoot. So he asks them questions, which gets him almost nowhere. Until they sing the baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, chilies, baby back ribs song, where the guy on the left doesn't say the last part, so Marvin shoots him. There's a fake out where we think he shot the wrong guy, but it turns out to just be Brooklyn Guy messing around. Then Brooklyn Guy fixes everyone up, but he keeps making jokes to mess with everyone. The episode ends with an ominous close-up of Brooklyn Guy's face and ends with no SML question. And now part 2 will be a theory on what actually happened, and if the summary wasn't good enough, then go watch the episode yourself, lazy ass. So, at the end of The Secret Door 2, Marvin shoots a guy. Which guy, though? Well, the episode heavily implies that Marvin shot Brooklyn Guy, leaving Does Bad Things Guy alive. I mean, hell, the episode even ended without an SML question. Hold on, water! I thought we were calling Does Bad Things Guy, does he? Oh, that was only for the summary. Now get out of here. This is my video. Sorry about that. Anywho, the question on everybody's mind is, who did Marvin shoot? My theory is that he shot Brooklyn Guy, and a lot of other people think so too. Where's my evidence? Well, first off, like I said, it's heavily implied what the messing around Brooklyn Guy does. And in the newest video, which came out in the middle of writing this, we see someone who appears to be Brooklyn Guy, but I think it's Does Bad Things Guy pretending to be Brooklyn Guy again. Like I've stated. Anyways, another piece of evidence is the stories in this episode aren't original. They're just copies of movies, which I don't think Brooklyn Guy would do. Maybe Does That Things Guy was trying to fool everybody by making up a fake story to seem like the real Brooklyn Guy, though he gets called out for it. And I'm pretty sure they used the old Brooklyn Guy puppet for this video, which is what they used for Does Bad Things Guy in The Secret Door. I swear I saw a bald spot. My sister did too. Now, time for the de facto part 2, where I make a theory on what could happen. So, I feel like they'd keep Does Bad Things Guy around. Not for 7 months this time, but maybe a month or two, and they'd keep us questioning if this was Brooklyn Guy or not, maybe by dropping weird jokes here and there. Then, they could go and do either a Secret Door 3 or something of the sorts where Brooklyn Guy comes back and finally defeats his brother along with everyone else once and for all. Though, knowing SML, they'd either make it a joke or say it wasn't canon. Though, I wonder what a Secret Door episode would say Junior and his friends would be like, as the original we only see Marvin, Rose, and Jeffy. What I find interesting is that Does Bad Things Guy technically showed up twice before The Secret Door 2, and so close to it as well. He technically first appears in SML movie Logan Tries to See the Super Marvin Galaxy movie, in which we see a fake Secret Door 2 being filmed as part of the plot and an April Fool's joke. Though I'd hardly call this Does Bad Things Guy as well. This kind of looks like Makes Bad Decisions Guy. The second sort of appearance that Does Bad Things Guy is in SML movie Marvin's Nightmares, where he appears as Holy Crap! Shucks! Yeah, so I guess this means that Does Evil Things Guy is canon now, lol. No, but seriously, this was just a nightmare, so it's hard to count. Though, I find it neat that Marvin still has nightmares about the Secret Door. This video could have also been possibly just to ease the Irida fans, and as well as use some fan-made puppets, but, you know. So, Does Bad Things Guy may or may not be back, and even though I feel him returning does sort of ruin the point of his character, it could be interesting and well done if they, well, actually do something with this and not just waste it. But I doubt anyone from SML would see this video unless if it gets a million views, but the most I could see this one getting is 10k, which would still be really good. Anyways, for now we don't have much information about what could happen, so my verdict for now is just have some patience. I'm sure we'll eventually find out the truth. Besides, it'd be smart of SML to do this because it'd bring back a load of views. And hey, as the Does Bad Things guy, I'd make a video if he returns. Only if this one does good though. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried putting more effort into it than the last one, like adding these little water guys, plus better editing, making it longer, trying to add more jokes to make things more entertaining. And thank you for the support on the first Does Bad Things Guys video. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think will happen in the future. I'm interested to know. And I also want to know what other topics you'd want me to do these kind of videos on. It could be different SML topics or something else entirely. And while you're at it, please subscribe and check out my other stuff, mainly my show ALEOS if you like object shows. The third episode will be out at some point. And yeah, have a good day.